So this is a single leg hip hinge or deadlift exercise. It involves a chair as a prop. You'll soon see why, but this is really all about better isolating this motion at the hip and really connecting with those muscles in the back of the hip zone and upper back of the leg to really drive this kind of deadlift motion. So the setup is you need a chair that you can get your foot under easily, and you might have to play with the distance, but you're going to get your foot underneath the chair so that your knee can come in contact with the front of the chair, and your knee is somewhere over the center of your foot. So you want to feel pretty balanced, and you want your knee to kind of land, somewhere over the arch of your foot. All right, so go with where it feels, kind of comfortable, although this is all going to feel a little bit humbling. Okay, so the knee or the front of your shin is just in contact with the chair. You're then going to bring, you can see I've got my back leg on the ground, but most of my body weight is on this front leg. So I'm standing with my body weight primarily on this front leg. Back leg is there just to take out the challenge of the balance. So notice that my knee starts in a slightly flexed position. We're just going to use the chair to keep some contact or give us some feedback about the motion in the knee. Ideally, the knee doesn't change its position much here. So we don't want to push the knee forward as we lower or pull the knee back as we get up. So I'm just going to fight to keep the contact in the front of the knee against the chair throughout my whole movement. From there, I'm then going to make sure I've got that nice stacked rib cage over pelvis, and I'm going to I like to take the hand to the base of the bum to feel that posterior action of this, in this case, right hip. So my right hip throughout this entire movement is moving backwards. Because this is happening in my right hip, my pelvis is starting to turn to the right, and the right hip moves straight back. It does not move out to the side or sway across. So it moves straight back behind the heel. From here, I could pause, work in that more lengthened position, breathe, own it, connect with the core, and then I'm gonna bring that hip back over the foot, again, without pulling the knee away. A lot of bodies will want to pull the knee back as the hip comes forward. So it's kind of this combo of knee extension, hip extension. In this case, we really want the hip to drive this movement. So I hinge, 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 hinge. This hip comes straight back. I maintain contact here, and then I start drawing that hip back over top of that knee and foot. And the whole time I'm just trying to maintain consistent contact through here. Okay? So this is a great little primer for more single leg deadlifty type motions, as well as a two leg deadlifty motion. And this is, really about getting that hip online and making sure that this posterior chain is what's doing this work in our deadlift.